Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. It's Amiibo here once again. Today we're doing another pickups video, a collection update, if you will. We got a ton of Switch games. We got PAX West stuff. We got Nintendo Redmond stuff, which is really cool. Some birthday gifts for my girlfriend. My birthday was last month. New Amiibo, new Switch releases. Just a ton of stuff to show in this video. Let's get into it. Alrighty, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I wanted to wait to do another collection update until after PAX West because I knew usually Botox games, Its-A-Mii, and PAX West, they don't blend too well in terms of saving money because normally there's some cool booths, there's a fan gamer booth, there's a limited run booth, and then usually I get a little trip to Nintendo Redmond where they have some exclusive merch. So today I want to be showing you everything that I picked up over the past couple of weeks here. We'll start off with the PAX West stuff. Starting off here, so I actually went to the Good Vibes Gaming meetup, met some cool fans there. Thanks to everyone who came up to me and said, hi and asked for a picture. That was really cool. But Ash Paulson from Good Vibes Gaming was doing this raffle thing where he was giving away just a bunch of his random merch and stuff. And one of the things that my friend Caleb got was this Blaster Master Zero shirt. As you can see, it was number 6 or number 9. The thing is, though, it's way too big. it's a 3XL. So I don't know if I'll sell this or something. Maybe it's just like a night shirt now. I wear a 1X, so yeah, a little a little too big, but kind of a cool thing to get for free. I actually won a little sticker sheet that had Tomodachi Life on it. It was like a 3DS sticker sheet, so that was kind of neat. But also, it's just a bunch of stickers, so random. But in terms of stuff I actually bought myself at PAX West, honestly, I didn't get too much this year. Normally I go a lot harder at the limited run booth, but to be honest, I've caught up on most of the things I care about recently. But Fangamer this year, I did get the Baba Is You plush, of course, from Baba Is You. This is a really, really great, logical, it's a puzzle game, right? But you basically use commands to break the game in ways that helps you solve it. It's hard to explain, but it's a fantastic puzzle game. So I got the plush here for Baba Is You, which is super cute, as well as the physical copy of the game on Switch, which I did not own. I had a digital copy back when this came out, I believe in 2019. But yeah, I wanted to pick up a physical copy from Fangamer. I saw they had it in stock, and I was like, yep, it's time. It's time for me to get Baba Is You. So happy to finally add that to my collection. That's one of my favorite Switch games, honestly. Certainly one of my favorite indie games. So that was really cool. Limited Run did have one thing I picked up because I just didn't buy it back in February when they had it up for pre-order. They had a special PAX variant of Contra Operation Galuga. This is I believe it's the remake of the first Contra game, right? But they had this little variant. I had my friend Caleb pick this up for me because I didn't feel like making time to go to the booth. But yeah, I figured this would be a nice one to pick up. I do want to eventually get every Konami game on Switch, I think. So this is one I had to get. Now, this next thing I did not buy at PAX West. However, I traded Tucker Hazel from Backlog Banter. We meant to do this trade last year, but basically he wanted my copy of We Heart Katamari. I had a Black Label copy. He had a Greatest Hits copy. He didn't want the Greatest Hits copy. I said I would trade my Black Label copy to him for his for his Tears of the Kingdom pre-order bonus from GameStop back in May of 2023. So he remembered to bring it this time. So nice little trade right there. This can sit up there with my special edition now. And now for the Nintendo Redmond stuff. So if you know someone who works at Nintendo Redmond, you can actually get in there and get a little tour kind of thing going. I'm very fortunate, and I know someone who does work there. So usually once a year around PAX, we do a little drive-by and go in there and see what's going on. But I picked up a couple things from their little gift shop in there for employees. First up was this Bokoblin plush. I saw this little guy, and I was like, yep, it's him. I need that. Just very, very high quality plush for a Zelda plush. I mean, I think I bought a Tingle plush there maybe last year, and that was from Wind Waker HD. And that's high quality, but this might be one of the highest quality Zelda plush I've ever seen. So I wanted to pick up that. And then they had a Pikmin plush I didn't have. Not Ice Pikmin, not Ghost Pikmin. Unfortunately, they only had the Bulborb, but I thought this was super cool. I already have the Olimar to go with this set, and I think I'm missing. I think I have purple Pikmin, I have rock Pikmin. There's a few I'm missing, but I got the Bulborb. What's cool about this is he actually has a big mouth, so I'll show you something really cool real quick. You can actually fit a Pikmin into his mouth, which is just kind of a cool thing they didn't need to do. It can fit in there better, certainly. And I guess if you had a Pikmin display or something, this would make a little bit more sense. But I keep the tags on them, so right now I have them hanging up around my closet door. I'm not sure where I'll put him. Probably just on a bookshelf somewhere, and maybe put him with the Olimar, that kind of thing, right? Maybe I'll put the Olimar on top. That'll look nice. A few more things I picked up there. I got the orange and purple Joy-Con These were one of the few sets I'm missing at this point, and I always wanted the purple Joy-Con especially. So I saw these, they had them in stock. I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll go ahead and buy those, as well as this. Why not a pack of Animal Crossing Amiibo cards, just Series 3. I want to have at least one of each sealed, just to, like, have maybe like a frame or something, kind of frame them. All of these sealed Amiibo cards, so this was like $4, whatever. And then this is kind of cool, just like a little journal notebook, but it is Nintendo Redmond branded. Kind of hard to see on there. So I'll be using this to write down video ideas and that kind of thing. So just kind of a cool little journal here. But the main thing I got at Nintendo Redmond was a ton of clothing. Now, normally I'm not huge on like the whole video game merch thing. If it's like very overtly video game merch, I don't know, I don't love it that much. But when it's a little bit more subtle, and if it's a store exclusive, certainly, I'm a little bit more interested in that. So we have some just Nintendo Redmond branded shirts here. So this is just like a red Nintendo Redmond shirt. I thought that was pretty clean, very nice. As well as this like army green Nintendo Redmond logo. I actually think this is my favorite of the two. And then these two are a little bit more overtly gamer related, but we got the Metroid shirt here, but this one actually says Nintendo Redmond on the back, which I like. There's already some cat hair on it. That is the bane of having a cat. And then this one, honestly, I kind of regret getting. I already had a Pikmin shirt. I think I bought maybe a year or two ago. Cool to have really any Pikmin merch, honestly. Just neat to see, especially like in America. I know Pikmin's a little bit bigger in Japan, but I feel like at least in stores in America, you don't really just see Pikmin stuff. And then final piece of clothing. It is very hot in the summer days right now, but I got this Nintendo Redmond jacket here, if I can find the logo. Yeah, kind of neat. Not the highest quality or anything. They do have some higher quality ones, but yeah, I thought this was pretty nice. Wasn't too expensive, so I went ahead and picked this up. Getting ready for the cold season here. Good lord, can I find the logo? There it is. Nintendo Redmond. Very cool. So yeah, that is everything I picked up during the PAX West plus Nintendo Redmond trip, if you want to call it that. But I do still have a lot of Switch games pickups, as well as just some new releases, as well as my stuff that I got for my birthday from my girlfriend, Olivia. So wanted to show off these. She kills it every year for birthdays and Christmas, but she got me a complete copy of Kirby's Pinball Land here for the original Game Boy. I still need to get a protector on this thing, but this is super awesome, so shout out to Olivia for that, as well as she managed to find this Samus figure from the Jakks Pacific line. It used to be World of Nintendo, but now it's just Metroid, so very cool. And speaking of figures, these just came in the mail this morning. We got the new Callie and Marie amiibo here. These ones look really good. It's kind of crazy to compare them to the old Callie and Marie amiibo from back in 2016. But yeah, these are super nice, as well as the new Pearl and Marina. Now, Best Buy kind of shoved these in the box aggressively, so there's like a little bit of a bend. I don't really care that much. I'm gonna keep them in the box. I did see apparently they don't put the little metal strip on them anymore. I don't know how long they haven't been doing that, but you can scan these from the box. At least so I've heard. I haven't tried it yet, but that's really cool. So if you want to keep them in the box, you don't have to open them anymore. Of course, you could always just do like the little NFC cards or that kind of thing, right? But those are our final new amiibo that we had announced right now. So we'll see what the future of amiibo really is. I don't know if Nintendo's done with them. I mean, they're still reprinting them. We know we're getting the Link's Awakening amiibo as well as the Toon Zelda amiibo on the day that Echoes of Wisdom comes out. So maybe there'll be more down the line. I hope there is. I really hope we get some, it'd be really cool if we got an Echoes of Wisdom Zelda later down the line, or maybe some like Mario and Luigi amiibo. But yeah, happy to add these two to the Splatoon collection. I think the only ones I'm missing are the alternate colors now from the original 3-pack. I used to have them, but I sold them at some point because they were really expensive and I needed money when I was moving out of my parents' house. But yeah, cool to have these two. I guess we'll save the Switch stuff for last. I mentioned a couple of episodes ago that I got Metroid Prime Pinball finally. I did manage to find a Rumble pack for it, just to go ahead and complete my copy. Been playing it a little bit. I like Metroid Prime Pinball. I like pinball games. I really have learned about myself over the past year or two. I just like pinball games. They don't even have to be that good. But yeah, this is kind of cool. It just adds a little bit of rumble, a little bit of another dimension to your gameplay, I guess, for Metroid Prime Pinball. So happy to have that. That was like, I think $10 on Mercari. Maybe I had a coupon or something. So happy to get that for a decent price. But then we found these at Half Price Books. I don't even know what these are. They were $4 each at a Half Price Books, but they are Nintendo published games that never came out in America. 2DS games here. If you want to translate these and figure out what they are, you can, but just thought it was weird to find these at a Half Price Books, so just, down the street, which is really cool. I saw they were Nintendo published. I was like, wait a minute. What are these? I think this one might be like an learning English game, or no, this is the one. This one's like a learn English game. You can see they're learning how to spell Mr. on the back, I believe. And then as far as this one goes, I have no idea. But for $4 or $5 a piece, I really couldn't pass it up just to get weird Japanese exclusive Nintendo published DS games in the collection. if I wanted to buy them on eBay, it would simply be more expensive. So I was like, yeah, why not? Next up, we have a Game Boy Advance game with a bit of a story here, unfortunately. So I picked up this copy of Mario Party Advance. Been wanting to try out the handheld Mario Parties recently. I ordered this. It was like, I think $80 on eBay or something like that. And I was really happy to get it in, or really excited to get it in. The person who sold it to me had like a ton of like really rare Nintendo memorabilia on their website or on their eBay page. They had like, you know, Skyward Sword standees and displays and stuff. It was clearly like they were a collector, or at least so I thought. But it turned out they were like stealing photos from other people, so they didn't know how to ship it. This is not the copy I ordered from them. I had to buy another copy because they shipped it really poorly and the box got destroyed. But not only that, it was also missing the manual, so I had to buy a manual separately because they had stolen photos from another eBay listing, and I guess they thought, oh, the manual doesn't matter or something. I don't know, but I had to, you know, talk to them. At first, they were like, no, you're not getting a refund, and I was like, dude, you're accepting this return. If you don't know how to ship an item, like, I understand, like, it sucks that it got damaged in shipping, but like that's not my fault. So I talked to him, we finally worked it out, and he accepted the return. So I went ahead and bought another copy. I found another deal, and I have the manual here. So yeah, really weird, annoying. I feel like if you own Game Boy Advance games and you know, okay, Mario Party Advance, that's like a $100 game, $80 game, whatever it is, you should know how to ship them. Like, at some point, you probably bought that off of eBay or online somewhere. I mean, maybe you bought it when you were a kid and you just didn't know, but, like, I feel like if you're selling on eBay and you're shipping a cardboard Game Boy game, you should know how to ship it. Lots of bubble wrap, right? Nice protected box. But no, this person just shipped it in like a bubble mailer, and it was destroyed, obviously, when it came in. So, unfortunate scenario that happened there, but got it all worked out, which was nice. Next up, we have some imported magazines from Japan, mostly weekly Famitsu. So if you follow me on Twitter, you'll know that I've been going for these Xenoblade issues. So this is for Xenoblade 3 with Mio on the cover. My goal is to get all three of them, so Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3, or 1 Definitive Edition, and then 2 and 3 all had covers, and then get them framed or something alongside my Xenoblade shelf in the background there. You can kind of see it. I redid it a little bit. So I've already had this one, but finally I saw one pop up for Xenoblade 2. It has not been listed on eBay or like Yahoo Auctions Japan for, I think, over a year, but I finally saw one pop up for the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 issue, so very, very happy to have this one. This is my favorite Xenoblade game. I just thought this would be like a really cool collector's piece, especially if I get them like nicely framed and have them hanging up. I just thought it'd be really cool to have all three of them. So I still need Xenoblade 1, but when I found this, it turned out the seller had a ton of other interesting Japanese Nintendo themed magazines. So I picked up a couple other things. If you can tell on the shelf there, it kind of became a Xenoblade and Fire Emblem shrine, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll get some Fire Emblem ones. So he had this one pretty cheap. I think it was like $8. The Fire Emblem Engage weekly Famitsu, which you know, the cool thing about these weekly Famitsus is they all have like really unique art. So it's not like art used anywhere else. So I thought this one looked pretty cool. Grab that. As well as the weekly Famitsu for Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, another game I really love. I think that's the best Warriors game. And I thought, you know what, I have the special edition for this game. Let's go ahead and get that weekly Famitsu as well. Then he had some other just odds and ends I figured it'd be fun to kind of just buy and flip through. I'm not too familiar with Nintendo Dream, but he did have the Fire Emblem Engage edition or cover for Nintendo Dream, which I thought was pretty cool, as well as the Xenoblade 3 one. This is like reused assets, right? Like these PNGs are in the game, so this one's not as exciting, though there is a nice little Xenoblade 3 ad on the back. Then there was this Dengeki Nintendo Fire Emblem Warriors that he had with 3 hopes on the cover. And then finally, this one I thought would be interesting to do a video on. Let me know in the comments down below if you think this is a fun idea. Very Scott Stash inspired, I will not lie. But they had this Nintendo Summer magazine with that new Luigi render. But this is just a Japanese magazine. It's fully in English for some reason. I'm not sure like where they sold this, because it is a Japanese magazine, but it's just a magazine with like, a ton of cool stuff. Like, look at this. This is perfect for me. It's like a Nintendo Switch Sports like personality chart. That's awesome. So I thought it might be fun to do just a whole video on this, kind of flipping through it, reading through it. Let me know if you want to see that down in the comments down below. But yeah, just a ton of Japanese Nintendo magazines that I thought would be fun to kind of just, you know, buy and flip through. I mean, they weren't that expensive, and I was going for the Xenoblade and Fire Emblem one, so added a couple extra there. And then this one really piqued my interest because it is actually, I can read it. It's in English. So yeah, they even have like endless ocean tips in here, which is kind of cool. So yeah, let me know if you want to see a video on this. Like I said, very Scott Stash inspired, but yeah, let me know if you want to see this, because I thought that'd be kind of a fun thing to do. All right, now you can probably see it in the background of this video, but I did also, I took the plunge I kind of regret it. I'm not sure, but I got the Lego Great Deku's Tree. I was really excited when they announced this, and then I saw the price, and I was like, ooh, I don't know about that. But I decided to pick it up. Let me know if you want to see a video on this. I think it'd be fun to do like a review or like a time-lapse of me building it or something, or have a time-lapse in my review of me building it. I don't really do Legos that much, but I wanted these Lego minifigs for the whole squad there, or really there's 3 Links and a Zelda, but I thought this was cool. Obviously, I'll be doing Ocarina of Time, Great Deku Tree. Definitely not going to do the Breath of the Wild one, but yeah, this is a super high quality, super expensive Lego sets that I have to make time to build soon. And now, after all of that, we can finally get to our recent Nintendo Switch pickups. So, not a ton this time. I mean, I guess it's still a lot, but not by my usual pickup standards. Recent releases, though. I got Amiibo, the Smiling Man, English copy. Of course, if you missed my review, Nintendo did send me a code for the game, but I also bought these copies with my own money. So I got the ESRB copy here for myself for the first party collection, but I also did an unboxing already of the Japanese special edition. So if you missed that, go check it out. Although I will warn you, there are some spoilers for the game in the art book. So yeah, check out the unboxing if you want to, but pretty cool Japanese special edition for that. And before I move on from Amiibo, I will say, as time has gone on, you know, we're like, what, 2 weeks removed now, the more I think about that game, the more I like it. Like, that is definitely like a top 3 of the year for me for 2024. Like, the more I think about Amiibo, the more I'm just like, man, that was a really great story, really dark for Nintendo, and my view of it is growing more positive by the day, basically, as I keep thinking about it, which, I mean, my thoughts were already very positive. It was already one of my favorite games of the year, but I think it's up there with, like, Astrobot and stuff. And speaking of Astrobot, I actually just rolled credits on this bad boy earlier this evening, so I should have a review up already by the time you're watching this, but you can check out that if you want. This is a fantastic game. I do have some issues with it. I don't think it is the immediate GOTY like everybody is saying it is, although I'm sure for a lot of people it will be GOTY. I just had some issues with it. I really love the inside art here under the disc, where you can see all the different Astrobots and their little references. Very cool game. Definitely recommend it if you like 3D platformers. All right, now these next few I actually made a community post about. For about a week there, Best Buy actually brought back the Buy 2 Get 1 Switch games, which I had been waiting for all year because there were a few things I missed out on and a few things I wanted to pre-order coming out. So I got some stuff that maybe I wanted to pick up day one otherwise, but because of the Buy 2 Get 1, I, you know, just good deal, right? Had to pick them up. So I haven't got a chance to try any of these yet, but I am very excited to. So first up, we have from Bandai Namco, Gundam Breaker 4. If you watch my other channel, I played Megaton Musashi Wired earlier this year when that came to Switch, and I really love that. I love Daemon X Machina, so I was like, you know what? It's time. I should try an actual Gundam game, so very excited to try this one out. Another one I'm very excited to jump into when I eventually get caught up, the Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. Now, every fiber of my being is telling me to just jump into this, even though I've only finished the first Ace Attorney game and played like half of the second one. I can't do it. I as much as I want to, like, I have to at least get through the original trilogy. Then from there, maybe I can branch out. I can play the, you know, great Ace Attorney games and maybe try out the Investigations games. But I feel like I should play at least that original trilogy first before I jump into a spin-off. But very happy this got a physical release. This is one of those things where it feels like Capcom could have very easily just been like, nah. But cool. I mean, it's only been like, what, 9 months since the Apollo Justice trilogy came out. So very cool to have this get a physical in America. And then this is one I've been waiting on a physical for a while. I think it came out back in February from Sunsoft and Red Art Games, Euphoria II. Yeah, Sunsoft is back, baby. Very happy about that. I thought this game looked really cute. I think they added the first game to Switch Online, but this is a sequel to a classic Sunsoft game, which is just awesome. I've been waiting to buy this game for the physical. I was tempted to buy the digital copy, but I was like, you know what? I know it's getting a physical, so I wanted to wait. But yeah, this has an adorable art style. Definitely reminds me of like a almost like a Yoshi Story, or I guess if you want to go more modern, you know, Woolly World or Crafted World or something like that, right? But I love the character design, and it looks like a ton of fun. Just a simple platformer. Unfortunately, I'm looking at the back. It's not co-op. This is one of those things that would be perfect to play with Olivia, but unfortunately, it's only single player. So I guess she can watch me play this cutesy Kirby-like game. So those are the new games that I had pre-ordered from the Buy 2 Get 1, but there were a few things I wanted to pick up that were old from that. In fact, I'm not actually showing them all here because I got quite a few. So I gotta space them out here. I can't have an hour-long pickups video. But a few things I picked up. I got Cruisin' Blast. So Cruisin' Blast is actually a Nintendo IP. So I wanted to get this, and it looks really fun. It's basically just a super arcadey racing game. In fact, you actually will see these in a lot of arcades like Dave and Buster's if you go to those. But yeah, this is technically a Nintendo game. It's not published by them, but they do own the IP, which just made it an oddity. And I don't really have that many racing games on Switch, so I was like, you know what? I'll just go ahead and get that. It was like 20 bucks. Then we got the Oregon Trail. I bought this one for my girlfriend Olivia as well, and she's been loving it. She's been playing a ton of this game. I don't know what possessed me to buy it, other than just knowing she would like it. I think I might have seen some stuff about this. I think maybe she had talked to me about it like months prior or something, but from what she showed me, from what I've looked at it, I mean, it actually looks like a very high quality iteration of the Oregon Trail, which is interesting. So happy this has a physical, one of those things that you would think just is digital only. And then finally, I played a little bit of this one so far, Dave the Diver, an anniversary edition. I heard great things about this game last year. I've only played like an hour or so, but I can see why people like it so much. Definitely something that you can lose a lot of time into, but yeah, I'm liking it so far. I need to get more time into it, but from that first hour or so, indie game of the year, maybe. I'm joking. I know it's not technically an indie game, but that was a whole thing last year. If you remember, people were really mad it got nominated for indie game of the year, even though it was like a huge Chinese publisher or something like that. All right, now finally, to close off the video here, I mentioned that I didn't buy much at Limited Run's booth at PAX West, only Contra Operation Galaga. That is because I actually had bought a couple things I needed from them during their little San Diego Comic-Con blowout sale. They actually had some leftover stock they put up on their website, and I was like, you know what, I'll just buy these here. A lot of these games they had the regular versions of at PAX West, but you know, I'll get the San Diego Comic-Con variant. So a few things I had not picked up from the website back in, earlier this year. Rocket Knight Adventures Resparked. I've always heard great things about Rocket Knight, and this is just a cool little variant. I think this one, it's just a different cover, but it does have a little San Diego Comic-Con sticker on there. But yeah, I've heard great things about Rocket Knight, so I wanted to pick up that, as well as this holo variant of Felix the Cat. This is one of those things that's like, what a cool thing to do. Why are you bringing back Felix the Cat, Limited Run? That's just really weird to me. But yeah, this is on their Carbon Engine, and it's just a collection of, I believe, 3 games here, which is just super, I don't know. Even if these games like aren't that good, having them preserved in a physical form on Switch, that's why, like, I understand Limited Run, rubs a lot of people the wrong way. This would not exist if not for them. The only way to play these games would be on an emulator on your computer or with an original copy on like Game Boy or NES. So to have them brought over to Switch, I just think is really cool and something that really only Limited Run would make happen. I also picked up Arzette here, the Jewel of Faramore, the variant here. I love this like crayon kind of pastel art style for this cover. This is the spiritual successor to the Zelda CDI games. In fact, I believe they got, I want to say the entire voice cast from the original Zelda CDI games to reprise their roles, or not reprise their roles, but come back for this game. And it actually looks really solid. I've never played the Zelda CDI games, but to see an indie studio come back and, actually try to mimic that style is very interesting to me. And I don't know if it got good reviews or anything, but when they announced it a couple years ago, I was like, wow, what a cool thing to try and do. And then finally, as I was buying those other things, I became very variant-pilled. I don't know if I'll keep these. Maybe I'll sell my standard versions when they come. But they had these San Diego Comic-Con exclusive variants for Persona 3 and 4. Now, it might be hard to tell on camera. This is like the laziest variant I've ever seen in my life. It is just a very faint foil. You can't really tell because the light is just shimmering on it. But yeah, these are technically variants. These are technically different. They have like a foil to them. So I picked up these. I'm still waiting on my special editions to come in the mail. So maybe I'll just, yank the standard copy out of those, or maybe I'll sell these. I don't really know. I kind of got tired of waiting for those, though. But then also, I don't want to open these because I know they're worth more. I don't know. It's a tough business being a Switch collector and, like, having all these stupid Comic-Con variants. Like, I don't know. But that is going to do it for today's video. That is my pickups for the past month or, couple of weeks here. Birthday stuff, PAX West stuff, and just a lot of Switch stuff because, like I said, that Best Buy 2 get 1, man, that came back, and that wrecked a credit card. I'm not going to lie to you, fellas, because I was like, you know what? I mean, I might as well pre-order all the first-party stuff coming out and some other things that I wanted. So, yeah, a lot of Switch stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks that I'm excited for. Disney Epic Mickey, Plucky Squire, although I think that's digital only for now. There's, like, all the NIS America stuff. I started playing Ys-A-Mii. Very excited to talk about that on the channel when I finish it. But I want to try to finish that before Ys-A-Mii comes out in October and eventually, hopefully, do a review of that. So, a lot of Switch stuff going on, so expect a lot of Switch stuff in the next video. But that is going to do it for today. Let me know what you guys have added to your collections in the past couple of weeks, past month or so, since I posted the last video. Of course, subscribe here for more Nintendo Switch collecting and Nintendo collecting as a whole. Follow me on Twitter at BotoxGames. Follow my other YouTube channel at BotoxGames for Nintendo news coverage. And until next time, folks, peace!